session 226, Monday, February 25th. So we're going to need to 15 minutes? No, we're starting 26 minutes late. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, I don't know where you got the 15 minutes, but we are starting 26 minutes late. All right, so we all have to do all the positions. So timekeeping, can you help with that? I can help with work priorities master.
Yeah.
I can help with value tracking. Can you do storytelling and timekeeping?
I do timekeeping.
What about storytelling?
I don't know about the storytelling.
Well, it's just like sending a message on the Jello team afterwards about what we did.
Okay, I'll do.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and check in. Do you want to start?
Yes. I'm at 6.5. Was working on accounting, taxes.
Okay. I'm about a 4.7. It's in the middle of the night here, and it's definitely a little frustrating starting so late. And the communication not going so well, but I certainly understand that can be difficult. Definitely need to work on recruitment. That's essential. But I've definitely been doing taxes and finances and budgeting and client chaos, mission within, Banner stuff, all of it. So the usual. Check. So let's go on to attendance. So I think our attendance is good. Comm groups, we're gonna have to remove a lot of people. Abdul's not here. Zonad's not here. Albina's not here.
So attendance, okay. Groups, stripe, and ranking.
Well, the rankings is pretty simple.
Okay, let's see.
I can get started on the value tracking if you can do the strikes.
So I give a strike to everyone on active. Okay. To everyone.
Yeah, everyone's gonna get a strike, except for me because I was on time. Well, this looks all pretty good. So we should be able to get the network equity done. How are the strikes going?
It's okay. I'm done.
All right, let me add the network equity. So we're almost done with the quarter. So as far as the half year tracking, we're going to be going into the second quarter here pretty soon. So as far as I know, we're in the last quarter right here, 8th moon. So this would be Mercury session. That's weird. Let me try this again. So the network equity should be 69. 0.05. So what's going on here? There we go. So Lucy and Jay. So I think we're done with the value tracking. Anything else on that? Let me just make sure that we add to our policy. So for the policy tracking, creating notes, we attempted to do that. So can you go ahead and update the policy tracking?
Yeah, I'm just
spreadsheet?
Opening the policy tracking spreadsheet.
So we have two things: the policy tracking spreadsheet. One is that no one showed up on time, so everyone gets a strike. And the other one is creating the notes from the previous notes. We always create it from the template. All right, so I think we're good on all that. What's next? So now we're gonna do our, we're not doing global wiki sessions, we're actually doing our reporting. So reporting and goals. Uh, do you have the notes from the previous session still?
For Mercury?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The note from previous. Can I link it on our today note or I send it over the home?
Either one. I'm just looking for the last reporting that we did. Also, I created a reporting project because
I send you over the home.
okay, cool. I created a reporting project because, you know, reporting is pretty different from Plasma. I think Plasma is less doing reporting and more like making sure the reports are accountable and that they follow through with them, or doing like umbrella reporting. All right, so here's the first global core team report. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this. And then this will become our second report. Second global core team goals reporting doc. And it's for the 136° east report, I believe. And then we'll go ahead and link this to our notes. Is it West 136 West Mercury report?
Come up again.
Is it 136?
Oh, yeah.
So another task that we want to do is we need to create a reporting doc. Create reporting doc. It's going to be a project doc.
Reporting doc for
What?
we create the reporting doc for what?
What was your question?
I was asking creating the doc for what? Reporting doc for what?
That's going to be a project doc for all of our reporting.
Okay. So next, I created reporting doc.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so just link it to our notes and or the top of the report, the new report. So you're working on your reporting now?
Yeah. I'm looking for the doc, for the reporting doc.
It's linked into our notes. So you created the reporting doc, which is good. So this is going to go into, it'll go to the top of our report here. So do you understand what you're doing right now?
I want to write my report.
Yeah,
but I see I have the report for last month. I think for the last session. So I want to write another one.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I want to write the report under my name.
Your name's right there. Is there a problem?
No.
I
So
moved you to the top.
I was asking, can I still write note continuous under my name, or I just I write my name again and write another report apart from this one, the previous report?
I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, shoot.
Because my name already appeared there, should I have to write my name again and write another report?
I messed it all up. All right, here, let me fix this. I messed it all up. Of course, I messed it all up. All right. Okay, just hold on a sec. I did the wrong report and destroyed the previous report. Okay, there. Now it's all correct. Do you see the change? You see the change?
Yes.
So I'm just getting everything updated. These are things that you want to help doing in the future as well. And so the reporting doc's gonna list all reports, right? So this would be global quarantine reports. Okay, I linked the first two reports, so that's a good start.
So every note should it will always put there. I think that's good. You put all.
All of our reports, yeah, we want to keep all our reports organized and accessible so that we can find them. All right. I'm going to actually score each of my goals. I'm giving myself a 3 on achieving my goals. It didn't go well.
So this achieving is called like what you achieve
Yeah, well, like
last 1.5 months.
The problem with your goals is they just don't make any sense. Like you're just listing priorities. Priorities are not goals, right? You say get more focused on staff, systems, new structures. So maybe one of your goals should be to actually create goals. That makes sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I think the goals previous goals.
what?
Why is it not making sense, Jay?
You didn't make any goals. You just listed priorities. Priorities are not goals. What are you going to do for staff systems? What are you going to do for new structure transition? What are you going to do for the sponsorship program? What is your goal for SSHS coordination? What is your goal for J support? You didn't list anything, right? So you say J support, but how do you know whether you succeeded if you don't even know what you're trying to do? Do you understand?
Yes.
Like, what were you trying to do for Plasma? Did you succeed in Plasma or not? You didn't write what you're trying to do, so it's not clear. So there has to be a verb. To have a goal, there has to be a verb and a subject and actual information.
Hello.
Hi, Albina.
Hi, Jay.
Would you like to check in?
Yes. Okay. 5 point. I'm happy to get the session going on.
Can you say that again? Your 5 point what?
Yeah, 5.5.
Okay.
I'm happy to get the session still going on. I'm working on accounting, taxes. Thank you. Can I have a dog, please?
And also, we are currently focused on the core team reporting and goals. And just
let me have a dog.
I sent it to you already.
Oh, on behalf, I can't get it. Maybe on Skype.
On Skype? I think we already sent it on Skype.
Which group?
I believe it's on the Jella team. Maybe not.
Okay. I can't get it. Yeah.
There we go. Now Lucy sent it.
Yeah, can we move? I think we spend more time on that. Can we move on?
I don't know if yours is done yet, though. Let's take a look here. So, so you didn't accomplish much of your goals. Generally, most of the work FQA is not getting done. We need to. Okay, but this is not about you. So you wrote your report about the FQN in general. So the way it's supposed to work is that you have your goals for the last month and a half. You gave yourself a 2, which is a pretty bad score. So the question is why, right? What didn't you do? Why were you not able to accomplish your goals?
But you according to your explanation, you said I put the priorities not goals. That is why I put it too.
Okay, but the question is, what is your report? You're reporting this on, you're saying in general, FQN did not get anything done and we need the recruitment so we can get people who are communicate to. So the question is that for you or is that for the network or what? What did you do over the last 1.5 months? Do you understand what you're supposed to be reporting on?
I don't understand about the last report. You know, these are the things you added that look like the new.
So there's supposed to be a verification spreadsheet, so we can make that yellow. That's another task. So for reporting, each worker should state what they did and / or did not do over the 1.5 months and reflect on how they could improve or what went well and what could have gone better. Okay, so I mean, just do your best to think about what you did over the last month and a half and what you could have done better, what you could, improve or whatever,
Okay, on mine is hard stop. Am I still on hard stop where I can do my report?
You're on hard stop until you do your report. Yeah, no one's allowed to work unless they do the report first. Does that make sense, Albina?
Yeah, but I'm doing it now. So should I still be on hard stop or not?
Until you get it done, yes, you're on hard stop. Do you understand? Do you understand, Alvina?
I do.
Okay.
I'm on hard stop now for what?
To complete your report. Everyone has to complete their report so that it is.
It's just everyone on hard stop. That's why I'm also asking.
It's a requirement.
Until we do the report.
So, Lucy, you're not supposed to be writing goals for the last 1.5 months. That was, you write your goals for the next 1.5 months. Lucy, do you understand? Hello? Are you mute?
Yes.
And you're changing.
So you said I'm on hard stop. I need to give the previous.
What?
For the new month, it is down there. You can check.
Is
it the hard stop for the
cool.
next 1.5 month or the previous one? I think we have the previous one we did. It's just for the next month, 1.5.
Yeah, it's for the.
Then the next one, I already have it down there. Can you check this?
Okay, Lucy, let's just focus on one thing at a time. The first thing is that your goals from the last 1.5 months are already set. You set those a month and a half ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just delete trying to change anything there and keep it the same. Okay, so that section is fine. So then the next section, the score, you change the score from 2 to 5. What's your score? Is it 2 or is it 5 or what is it? Lucy?
You know, these things are so many. I think I have my goal for the next month. That's there.
Okay, we're just going through step by step here. So for your score, we'll get down to your goals for the next 1.5 months. We do that at the end. So first you set your goals for the previous 1.5 months that you already have. Then you do your score. Then you list in your report on how you did. Then you create your new goals, right? So is your score correct? So before it was 2, now it's 5. Is that the right score? Hello, Lucy?
Yes, Jeff.
I'm asking a question. The question is based on before having a score of 2, now it says 5. is there a reason why you changed it, and what is it, 2 or is it 5, or what's going on there?
It was even 5 initially before I put 2. So you come and explain to me saying you don't do this and this. So I put 2. And I put now 5. I understand why I put 5.
Okay, do you want to
Initially, I
explain?
did not. According to your explanation.
Do you want to explain why you're putting 5?
Yes. On accounting, we have done a lot there, and at least like 60%. And also quarterly budget.
What about the quarterly budget?
We are like also 50% done.
Okay, but you're missing the point here, Lucy. You're talking about the organization in general. Like Jessica could say that. Jessica could say, "Oh, we're 60% done on accounting, and we're 40% done on quarterly budgeting." But Jessica didn't do anything. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
This is what I'm doing it.
Okay, but you're supposed to be talking about yourself and your own work. Like so you say that for accounting we are 60% completed, but for your report you should be talking about what you did, not just the whole organization. It's fine to talk about the whole organization as well.
As a team. I did not work alone. We work as a team.
Yeah.
So should I still report what we work together as a team as what I accomplish alone?
You should do both. You could do both, but the primary thing is that we're going to be reporting as a team for the management. For the individual reports, where you're reporting on your goals, right? So what was your goal for the quarterly budget, and did you accomplish it? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think the biggest problem you're having is you just don't have very clear goals. So, I would say that would be your primary report here, is that you need a report on that you didn't create sufficient goals and that it's important to make better goals in the future. Does that make sense? Like that should be part of your report. Does that make sense, Lucy, or no?
Maybe.
All right, so just let me know when you guys are ready to review the goals. But I'm done with mine.
Okay, I'm almost.
But take your time. It's really important to have clear. Really important to have clear goals, so that we know what we're working on. You know. How's everything going? You guys still working?
I think for me, I'm complete. I'm done.
So you ready to go through it, or you just finished just now, or you've been done for a while, or?
We can go through it.
Okay, do you want to go through it?
Yeah.
Or you want me to go through it?
You can.
Me to go through it. Okay. So you reported from the last month and a half. It looks like We didn't do much on the training side. We didn't get too much recruitment done. We did get our calendar and schedule updated. Good.
Yeah.
And we moved forward our accounting and taxes, which is good. So as far as goals for the next month and a half, you want to focus on recruitment to get new recruits trained and be part of the network. So do you understand what the goal would be here?
Pardon?
Do you understand what your goal is for the recruitment?
Yeah.
So it clearly states here that the goal is to train new recruits.
Yeah, to train new recruits.
Yeah. So can you think about why that might be a problem?
Focus on recruitment to get new recruits. I think it should be to train new recruits.
Well, I know that obviously the goal is to train new recruits, but can you think about why that might be a problem?
But we don't have new recruits, so
Exactly.
we focus on recruitment.
Yeah, we don't have any new recruits.
Yeah.
So it's your goal is not achievable without something else. So
Focus on
think
recruitment.
I think this goal is fine, but it seems like you need more. Like you need an additional goal in relationship to how do you get new recruits, right? If you know how you're going to get new recruits is the only thing that's going to help you get that goal accomplished. Otherwise, that's not going to happen. So you skipped the actual getting of the new recruits, and you're focusing on training them. So the next one is focus on a quarterly budget for the first quarter. They're getting completed on time. So your goal is to complete the budget on time?
Yeah.
So do you think that is enough? Oh, wait.
Pardon?
I guess I'm a little more confused here. So your goal is the quarterly budget and the monthly budget in the same goal?
Yes. Monthly and quarterly budget.
Okay. So your goal is just to complete them on time. All right. I guess
yes.
that is good. Do you think we're going to be able to do that?
Yeah.
All right, so do you think we're going to be able to do that? So I mean, it is a clear goal. It doesn't totally address how we're going to accomplish it and to get it done on time, but the goal is clear. So then the last one is focus time on personal health. Might be taking maternity leave soon, and also spending time for the network through training people on the priorities, responsibilities that have to get done on time. Okay. Cool. So that one's perfect sense because it's basically clear that you would need to take some time for yourself. So it would be helpful to train other people to take on some of your priorities and responsibilities. So that comes back to the recruitment, which is if we want to train other people, we need to get them. So the question is, how are we going to actually accomplish getting new recruits, and what goal can you set to do that?
Focus on recruitment and ensure that we have new recruits.
Okay, but how? Is there anything else that you could get into more detail on in terms of like how you would accomplish that?
Scheduling on recruitment.
Okay, that's a good goal, to schedule and spend time working more on recruitment tasks, right? Recruitment tasks and responsibilities. So maybe that would be a good goal, is to have clear responsibilities for recruitment. Because maybe the reason we don't get any work done on recruitment is because no one knows what they're doing. Like you don't have responsibilities in recruitment, right?
Yeah.
Remember, these can be separate goals. You don't have to make them all the same goal, but it's fine. All right, so just get some clarity on your recruitment responsibilities so that it is more clear. And again, what I'm asking you to do is to, add in the responsibilities for recruitment. I think one of the reasons why you're having trouble creating goals for the recruitment is because you don't have clear responsibilities.
Okay.
Right? So your goal should be to get clear responsibilities for your recruitment work. Does that make sense? That's how we're gonna that's how we're gonna get new recruits, is by doing the work based on people having responsibilities. If no one has clear responsibilities, no work's gonna get done.
Yes, I understand.
So we want to add that as a goal.
Okay, the exact priority and responsibility.
No, that your goal is to get clear responsibilities for your work and for completing recruitment work.
Okay.
To get clear responsibilities for achieving your recruitment goals, right? Like if you without responsibilities, you're not going to know what you're doing. I think it's one of the reasons why your recruitment goals are so vague, right? I mean, basically all you're saying for recruitment is to get new recruits and to train them. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the entire recruitment system. So your personal goal is basically the entire recruitment system is not very helpful. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like if we all just wrote that our goal for recruitment was just to get recruits and train them, no recruitment work is going to get done, right? Because it's just not clear. So what you want to do is your goal is to get clear goals on recruitment in order to get work done. Yes.
Okay, I get it.
Cool. All right. So Lucy, do you want to go over yours? Lucy? Are you there, Lucy? I think you're on mute still.
Yeah, you can check.
Do you want to go over it or do you want me to go over it?
You can just go.
Okay, so so your report for the last 1.5 months, counting, we have a lot done there. So this one was the same as before. The goal is to make the quarterly budget and get it done to avoid going on a hard stop, and I work there at least 50% to get done. But again, we didn't achieve it, right? Did not finish the budget. Also, so this is good. I also scheduled to do VA on sponsorship program, but it was not going well. So it's not clear why it was not going well. So you'd want to expand on that, but this is perfect, right? It's talking about your own work and what you were doing well, right? So you would want to expand on that and say why it wasn't going well, what could have been improved. My other goals, right? So the question is like why and how to improve. So in terms of my other goals was to schedule for recruitment training, and I only attended one. Okay, so that's perfect. I attended one recruitment training meeting. At least I need to do more of that session. Cool. So this is perfect because it talks about you and your role and what you did and how you can improve. So it's perfect. The other goals is to make sure the payroll is happening. Okay, but this is a goal. So you would add this to your goal, right? So this would go down here in goals. So the goal is to make sure payroll is happening. So in your report, you would say whether or not payroll happened. Does that make sense? The difference?
Yeah.
So with your goal, if your report would be like payroll was accomplished, right? So payroll was accomplished, and we switched from twice per month to monthly payroll to simplify our payroll processes, right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
So this is the report. The goal is to make sure payroll is happening, monthly. Generally, most of the work is not going to be on quote, so that's the same. All right, so the only thing that I would recommend here is Like this is perfect here. I also scheduled to do VA on sponsorship program, but it was not going well. So, it's just not clear what didn't go well and why it didn't go well and how it could be improved, right?
Because I scheduled, and when I get communicated, I think it was not the right time for you. I don't know.
So maybe next time to put more effort into the scheduling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So so your report looks great. So let's go on to your goals. So the first one is to help coordinate the SSHS and determine where we are on accomplishing each responsibility. So your goal is to determine where we are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to bold that so it's clear. So the goal is to determine where we are on SSHS, right? So this would be basically like a status update. The next goal, to support Jay to accomplish the client work. Well, that's not going to be very helpful because we don't have any client work anymore. So this would be better to do maybe like executive work. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if your goal is to help support me to do executive work, let's say to do the administrative and executive work, right? That makes more sense. So this would be like the AA and the EA, right? Virtual executive assistant. Yeah. You help on recruitment and make sure it happens so we can get new people to get involved. Okay, so again, this is the same situation as with Albina, where it's just not clear what you're doing or saying. So for Albina, the goal is again to get clear. To get clear responsibilities on recruitment in order to get the recruitment work done. Does that make sense? Albina? Albina, I can't hear you. So I changed clear goals to responsibilities. What you want to be getting is responsibilities.
Okay. On recruitment. Yeah.
So you want to get clear responsibilities. That is your goal. That makes sense?
Yeah.
And the same thing would be for Lucy. It's the same thing. It's like to help on recruitment to make sure it happens is not a clear goal, right? It's just like it's basically that's just saying it's a priority. It's like your priority is recruitment, but you have no idea what you're doing. Your goal is to get clear responsibilities so that you know what you're doing, so you can get work done. Okay. Does that make sense, Lucy? Lucy, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
So does it make sense that your goal is for recruitment is to get clear responsibilities? Lucy, do you understand?
Yes. Yeah. To get new responsibility. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, that's what your goal is for recruitment. Because once you have clear responsibilities for recruitment, you'll know what your goals are. But right now, you're not clear on it. All right. The next is the other goals is to get taxes done so you can move out of beyond hard stuff. Okay, so again, this is very vague. Getting taxes done is not particularly a goal. That would be more of like, I mean, really your goal here is to get out of beyond hard stuff, right? So the goal is to move out of beyond hard stuff. This is the goal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So getting the taxes done is not the focus. The focus is how do we get off of hard stuff. So for the taxes, we want to do two things. Ensure that And well, this is another thing you can support Jay on. So ensure or like schedule to support Jay for VAA work to mail taxes, 1099 taxes, 1099 taxes, and to mail the tax extension forms within the next few weeks. All right, so that's a much clearer goal. So just getting taxes done is not clear. Your main priority, your main goal here is to schedule. So the number one priority to get the taxes done is scheduling. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you schedule, we'll be able to do the VAA work to get the 1099 taxes sent in the mail and also to file the tax extension forms. Those are going to happen at separate times, but it's the same thing, and then that'll help us get out of beyond super hard stuff. All right, next one is to focus on scheduling for clear VA work and VP work. I mean, I think this is the same thing as up here. So I would say it's like, I would just put that up here, and then again, the priority is scheduling. That makes sense?
Yes.
Next one, to focus on client work and also to schedule for more training on other client work. To focus on client work. So this is not clear. So your goal is to choose clear client work so you know what you're working on for your billable work. To choose and have clear and organized client responsibilities and get training on them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So your goal here is to choose clear, organized client responsibilities. Training on them to be able to bill more workouts. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. So again, setting up goals is really important, and it also helps you focus on what you actually need to do instead of just the priorities, right? So the priority for this one is client work, but your goal is to choose clients, right? To choose UMBUS clients. All right, scheduling to work on budget and accounting. Again, the focus here is scheduling. So that would be the goal, is to schedule. But maybe what this is really about is, again, it's choosing clear responsibilities for the budgeting and accounting. Like maybe you don't have a clear responsibility, and that's why you're not sure what your goal is. Does that make sense?
I think on accounting, you cannot do alone, especially when you want to get the balance of the accounts and other stuff. That is why I'm saying scheduling.
But you should be able to. All accounting should be able to happen without me, right? So what we could say here is scheduling to work on budget and accounting set up so that workers can get more done on their own. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now you have a clear goal, is to get set up so that you are able to do the accounting on your own. All right. And then in 1.5 months, when you review these goals, it's possible we will not do well at that, and that you still aren't able to do work on the accounting because you still don't understand what to do, because we didn't correctly set it up and we didn't actually get the transfer of responsibility. So in a month or a month and a half, we can review whether or not that actually happened successfully, but we can certainly attempt to do it as best we can. All right? Okay, so now Lucy's goals and report is verified as well. All right, so what you guys want to now do is that the task here is to make sure everyone else knows that they're on a hard stop and they're not allowed to do any work until they've completed their report and their goals. Also, it's really important that nobody is allowed to verify their own goals. No one is allowed to verify their own goals. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the key thing is that everybody who does do goals, their goals need to be actually useful. Last time we just, basically, it was the first time we did it at all. So we just wanted to get people to do it and actually write something down. But this time we actually want people to, really actually set up real goals. They know what they're doing. So this is going to help people be organized and know what they're doing for the entire month and a half, right? So it'll be really important. Cool. Awesome. All right. So let's mark down these new tasks. So one task is to, we have a responsibility, which is to do communications and verifications for worker reporting and goals. So does anyone want to help me with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a responsibility. So the tasks on this is to send a message to Jello, letting everyone know that if they don't do their report and goals, they cannot work anymore on. I think that's pretty much it. Is there anything else that I'm missing? So who's going to send the message?
I will.
Albina? All right.
I just started right now. Or can you send it later?
Okay, Lucy's going to help.
No, you
as
can
well.
send if you have. No problem.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else here? I think that's good. I think that's pretty much it. But I'm really excited about our report. I think our report looks really good here. I mean, it's very comprehensive, and I think this is the best report we've ever done, which is cool. All right. So I would love to just wrap up and stop, but let's go through desired outcomes. Wrap up and stop as soon as possible. Maybe just go through setup. So does anyone have any desired outcomes or topics? We've already been going 2 hours. We certainly need to take a break after this. Maybe we should take a break now.
Can we take a 5-minute break?
5 minutes, then maybe we can just come and wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah, we're also not doing good on our timekeeping, so not doing time and checking breaks, switches. All right. Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we come back. We'll check in on our desired outcomes and our focus, what we want to accomplish and or not accomplish. All right.
I'm back.
Cool. So, as far as the desired outcomes go, I have like wrapping up as soon as possible, and then also maybe like, scheduling time to cover all of our priorities.
Can we wrap up or just?
Well, what are your desired outcomes? The ones I have, the topics I have is the budgets, and then we have recruitment and taxes. So if we scheduled 3 sessions, we scheduled 1 session to finish up on the budgets, 1 session to do the recruitment, 1 session to do the taxes. That would be good. The budgets we certainly need to,
Can you schedule for that?
Yeah.
So we need to get the final proposals for the HR board and monthly budget, right? Are we
monthly budget? That is the next month's budget.
Yeah. Do we have those options ready yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And most likely we're going to keep our budget, pretty similar to where we are now, right?
Similar as the last month and this month?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so shall we just continue and go into the scheduling? So we have, are these our desired outcomes or what?
We can go to scheduling, and also if we can also do payroll verification.
So you're saying you wanna schedule?
Yeah, schedule the treasurer, final payroll.
There's a lot of steps to payroll. It's not just one final payroll. So if we want to do the budgets, recruitment, taxes, and payroll, I think that's fine. We just need to schedule it and start communicating on Skype about them. Okay.
Yes.
And send me all the payroll information, and I'll go take a look at it on my own time as well. All right. So let's go through the scheduling. What do we know the sessions that are coming up?
Let me check.
Let's see. Coming up now. Last quarter month coming up on Tuesday. At the 2 p.m. tomorrow.
What is it?
No, I'm using my time. Sorry.
No. Last
tomorrow,
quarter
but not
month
my time.
will be 11 a.m. UTC.
11 a.m. tomorrow still. UTC.
So that's Tuesday, February 26th.
Yeah, I just got the yesterday.
So someone needs to do an announcement and reminder.
Yes.
Can you guys do that?
I will.
Yes.
I'm doing that.
Then we have the new moon, which will be on. We also need co-chairs for the 8th moon. Don't have co-chair.
We have 8th moon on Tuesday, on Saturday.
Which date?
Let's not worry about the 8th moon. Let's just focus on the big session. So new moon session.
Yeah.
And then we're going to want to get the list of sessions organized for the next.
It's already there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Then afternoon, I think those are. Yeah.
All right, so from here we've got contention session, taxes, recruitment,
Seasonal
payroll.
session 20. Oh, that is very far. And after all this, we have seasonal session the 21st.
That is March.
Yeah.
We need to get the other sessions in between. I think we'll fix that in the next month's sessions.
Okay.
Okay, so the contention session was scheduled for Tuesday in Andromeda. So we have taxes, recruitment, payroll. So I'm definitely down to push back the contention situation session again if we want to switch that with taxes. Recruitment, we could do Friday again. We seem to be doing Fridays for Andromeda pretty well, right?
Is that the work session?
Yeah, these are work sessions.
The work session.
So now, Jay, like for me, I don't know. I don't have more responsibilities for recruitment.
That's why we schedule a session to go over it and review it.
So I should not come for Friday, right? Maybe we'll come and do something different. Is accounting.
Oh yeah, that's another one. So we have budget and accounting. So nobody wants to do Friday, so we're getting rid of that. What about the Tuesday? Are we doing Tuesday or not?
We are doing Tuesday.
We are doing
Friday,
it.
because of our recruitment, I don't have a clear responsibility. I don't want to go and like. Well,
but we just step back. Even me, I need to learn on stage 2. So we just need to learn and do it as a team so that it gets done.
So you do want to do Friday?
Friday, Albina, it's not time to learn. It is time to do the work now.
Yes, like we go through, then we do it.
Okay.
Or if it's individual work, I don't understand, because if it is scheduled for recruitment, then how many responsibility are we doing? Are we focusing on Friday? Is it just for recruitment, or we doing like individual work?
Just recruitment.
It's just for recruitment. We'll be doing recruitment. We'll go over the management. We'll go over the self-engagement and just keep moving it forward. I mean, we did perfectly fine last week. We just need to do more. Like, we need people to take on management roles. We need people to take on the BAA roles. I mean, there's just lots of things that people can do to step up. And we can go over it all at that time. Does that sound fine or what? Lucy, or you want to come or not?
Fine.
I will come.
All right.
At least I need you guys to take me through a bit.
Well, you only need one responsibility, and you know how to do plenty of it, including management, other things. I just think you just question yourself and think you don't know how to do it when you do. I mean, you've done recruitment many times, so I don't know why there's so many problems. All right, so what about budget and accounting, taxes, payroll? What about those?
Maybe you have to put the time that you are in for. For me, I'm available for all this. The time you will put. Andromeda, if it is Wednesday, Thursday, I'm okay. Maybe it is you who need to put the time that you are available.
I of course would prefer Cobalt, but if you'd rather do Andromeda, we can do Andromeda.
Which one Cobalt you prefer?
Well, I would say taxes as soon as possible. So we could do taxes for after we get the contentious situation. We could do it on Tuesday, like Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, Cobalt, I'm available.
It's fine with me also. Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday what? Monday, Tuesday.
Tuesday after Andromeda session that we have.
That is Tuesday, Wednesday.
How about budget and accounting on Wednesday?
It's okay also.
Or would you rather do
Wednesday,
payroll
Thursday,
first?
fine.
The payroll session.
So we could do payroll on Thursday, or we could try to do Wednesday Cobalt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday Cobalt.
Wednesday Cobalt.
All right, so that should give a good start. So you can someone should announce this. Announce our work schedule for the week on Gelatine. Okay. Did someone do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So I think that we're good. We have a schedule to meet all of our goals. The only other thing was team organizing. Our global core team doc is just a mess.
Do you have a schedule today for today?
What?
Do you have a schedule today? Andromeda? Or we don't have for today?
I think it's maybe on Mondays are day off for G. You can schedule
for budgeting option.
We can schedule to work on monthly budget because we need also to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have monthly budget scheduled for Wednesday, but if you guys want to work on the budget, that's fine. You guys specifically need to work on the monthly budget.
Yeah, we still have monthly budget, then you can focus on quarterly budget on Wednesday.
If it's not okay, we can we just do it Tuesday. It's still okay.
Yeah, fine. Let's do it.
Let's do it Tuesday, then it's okay.
Because we need to do invoice tabulation, haven't done it.
Whatever you guys want to do is fine. You can always do more scheduling. We should be checking in on the schedule constantly on Skype as well. Okay?
Okay, fine. Okay. Yes.
I think we are done.
All right, let's wrap up and check out. So here are the tasks and responsibilities. I think we have a couple other ones too, but let's go ahead and check out. Albina, do you want to start?
Yes. That's been good session for me. So I came in late, but it has been good. I'll be focusing on the scheduled priorities, budgets, access, recruitment, also monthly budget with the global invoice tabulation. That is what we need to start from. Thank you so much. I give the session 6.
Yeah, Lucy.
Yes, I'm giving the session 6.5, even though we are late before. I'll focus on accounting, taxes, recruitment, and scheduling VAA and VA. And many more.
Okay, sounds good. I am pretty tired. Still, it is in the middle of the night here. This session was okay. We started late. We spent a lot of time learning about goals, but I feel like it's worth it to spend the time to learn about goals. If someone can add this as a task, to add the goals training video index link to the top and videos for all workers, right? So if we can get people learning how to create goals, that would be really good. So someone could do that, please. Can someone do that or no?
Okay.
I would give this session maybe like a 5.5. And I'll be working on a whole bunch of stuff this week, including, Mission Within and client work and taxes and budget and payroll and recruitment, all of it. So lots to work on for sure. And I also am going to be doing the value tracking here, but unfortunately we seem to not have, oh yeah, we only have Albina. When did Albina get here?
After 1 hour. After 1 hour.
Does that sound right, Lucy, or was it more than that?
No,
After 1 hour.
1.04.
04 minute.
Okay, 1 hour should be fine.
Yeah.
But let's remember in the future to make sure we note that down, right? So that would be a, and it looks like the video index, oh no, you did the video indexing and creating goals, that's good. So we want to add here that we forgot to, did not list Albina when she came. All right, in attendance, All right, so if we go into here, we add Albina. Albina started at 3. We'll just say 3:05. All right. So, and we ending at 4.25.
Jake, how are you recording the time? I think we are here before you are in. Is it the starting time for the session?
Yeah, the starting time for the session. What about it?
Because I know I was here by 15 minutes before after the beginning of the session. I was late for 15 minutes.
I know, but you weren't ready for the session when you got here. So the session didn't start for like another 10 minutes until we got the doc all ready and actually started.
Okay, so this how we always used to do, even recording on our work reports?
No, your work report has nothing to do with this. Your work report is all of the work.
Okay.
Like, so all of the work that you spend getting ready and everything goes on your work report. All the communications, emails, anything and everything goes on your work report. This is just for the equity and the value of the team.
Oh, yeah.
This is the global core team equity. It has nothing to do with the work report. All right. So any other questions about the team equity?
No.
All right. So this looks correct now. And we can update.
You say I put video indexing where?
What?
You say someone to link the video indexing. The top priority. Okay. Oh yeah, I have seen. I'll do it. Are we still really following these videos nowadays? Top 10 videos?
We're going to be doing that for all of the new recruits. We're going to be training them on how to do their goals and how to do all their top responsibilities.
Let me just add now, because I might forget.
Okay. Anything else? I want to get going. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Bye.